Okay, so we're going to have a quick go at frame disposal, and this is creating a simple animation on Photoshop. So this is your canvas here, okay, and I would like you to click on timeline so you get this button here, which is create video timeline now. For some of you it may be there already, some of you it won't be, but if you click on the word timeline it will then appear. Once you've got that, I'd like you to draw me just a small rectangle, okay, just in the bottom left hand corner. I'm going to turn mine into blue, and I'm just going to draw that once my computer stops spinning. Struggling a bit, there we go. Okay, just across there like that. So you can see that now it's filled in. So what I'm going to do is create a new layer, and sorry, not a new layer, my fault. If we duplicate that layer, that way we're not having to draw our rectangle all the time, just makes it quicker and easier for us. Use the move tool and you can see there now that there's my rectangle. Put it right next to your first layer, and again duplicate the layer, and we're going to move that across there and keep repeating the process. See there, just until we get to the very end. Now obviously the bigger your rectangles, the less amount of layers you will need to do. Now when you click on create video timeline, you can see here that your layers are all together. Now the first thing you need to do, all your layers you need to bring right down, probably to about there. Make them all the same. Okay. Like so. And now at the minute all your layers are on different layers. What you need to do is bring them all down to your first layer in sequence, which can be quite fiddly. Okay, so when we move our timeline, you can see our box moves across the bottom of the canvas. Okay, now this is how you create your animation. Now the technique that we are showing here is going to be frame disposal. Okay, now from here what you need to do is click on these three rectangles down in the bottom left hand corner, and that will turn your what were sort of snippets of film into sort of what we see as tiles. Now if you right click on the first tile, you can see it says automatic, do not dispose, and dispose. Now frames disposal is a special tool which is used to prevent previous frames from remaining on the screen when the animation is played. So by selecting dispose, you are saying that frame 1 will not appear when frame 2 is playing, and when frame 3 is playing, frame 1 and frame 2 will not appear. So what you will see happen is, if we play it, is that none of these other tiles will be visible when we play our animation, and that is basically what frame disposal is. However, if you had frame disposal not on, so do not dispose, look at the difference. Okay, those are stored on your file all the time, which increases your file size. So that is why frame disposal does in fact reduce your file size, because it's saying that frame 1 doesn't need to be stored on there when frame 2 is playing, whereas frame disposal, when it's not selected, stores secretly frame 1 on there, frame 3, frame 4, frame 5. So you just need to be aware that that is frame disposal, and that is one way that you can reduce file size with your animations.